chat going. And I'm going to get my backup going too. So let's see. How's everybody doing today? All right, let me see here. I'm just going to get a couple things lined up so that we can rock it again today. Let me see here. Cody Sweet, what's up? Chet's in the house. David is here. Excellent. David Main, Eben Jack, Ed McDonough, Eric, Garrick. I guess Garrick goes by Rick, is what he told me when I talked to him. What's up, Jamil? Harry's here. Joel, two Joels, Joel Pryor and Joel Seacamp. How's everybody? Tell me what's going on, guys. Excellent. I'm having a great day. I got a full night's sleep, which is awesome because my kids are sick, and last night I did not sleep well. They've been passed around the winter bug from household member to household member, and so I feel like $1,000,000 today because I got a solid 8 hours sleep. So sweet. Mark Imperial says, killing it. Thanks for everything. You're welcome, brother. Garrick says, we're doing great, Rob. Aloha. Aloha to you. Garrick is in Hawaii, one of my favorite places ever. In fact, I have often thought about moving there. That's how much I love it. Ed says, all good stuff, Rob. 2017 is looking good. Yes, sir. I love it that you guys are so positive. I can't tolerate negative people, and so far my experience in doing this is that you guys have been incredible, so I appreciate that. Okay, so let's see here. I'm just going to put my sweater on real quick, and then we will get started. Excellent. Okay, guys, so here's the deal. I got some more feedback from everybody, and what the next biggest thing that y'all need help with collectively seems to be like positioning and sales, right? So I think what I'm going to do today is basically just try to do my best to train you live on how I do like a demo with a client, and then what I'm also going to do is go back and create like a much more pointed, like, you know, shorter version of this, because I want to hear your guys' questions as I go through it and hear where you're getting stuck. So I'm gonna do my best to answer like in 30 minutes the big stuff that I know that you guys have, and I'm gonna train you on that and walk through it pretty slow, step by step, like we did with Business Manager yesterday. I think that was good to do it that way. The feedback seemed to be good, so I'll do that, and then we'll open it up to questions. And meanwhile, though, guys, if we've got today and tomorrow, okay? So I want to make sure I cover anything that's massive that is, you know, keeping you guys from being successful or keeping you awake at night or anything like that. I know Don Plain had said that he's really ready for this, you know, this sales process and this position thing. It's a big deal for him, and a handful of others have said that too. So. So okay, this is good. Like Mark is saying, can we dive into onboarding? Sorry if you haven't seen the replay yet. We haven't done onboarding yet, so we can totally do that. But Mark, yesterday's webinar where we do the business manager, that is like a massive component of the onboarding call. Okay, so what I can do is later today, or later on today's call, I can talk about that process. But the meat of it, like the vast majority of that call, is about the business manager. So. Go look at yesterday's replay, understand that call frontwards and backwards, because the business manager is by far the most confusing thing that we do with the client, right? So do both, right? I'll do both. So you go back and, wrap your head around that. Make sure all your questions are answered about that, and then I'll show you the actual like step-by-step process we use today for our onboarding calls. Good stuff. Joel Pryor, listen to this, guys. Joel said, Rob, it's funny. I came in on the webinar that Brian did and missed all of it but 15 minutes. I had a good feeling about you and best choice ever. Joel, that is so awesome, man. I love reading that. That is so cool. Because honestly, guys, the only reason why I did this is because Brian, he thought that his community needed this so much. And, now I did a webinar with Sid the other day because Sid was like, oh, I just saw your webinar and I just want to show the same kind of love to my community. But I'm not doing this to like run the circuit and make $1 million from this program. Like, I'm doing it to help you guys. And I told Brian I would only do it if there was good people and good interest and all that stuff, because, it's just taking away from other stuff that I could be doing with my agency and my team. So it does get me pumped up when I hear about that stuff, So I appreciate that more than you probably know. Yeah, and Chet's got a little side project going. Chet, I don't know if you want me to tell everybody what it is yet, so so let me know if you want me to read off what it is so I can tell them that you're working on it, but that's awesome. Good for you, man. Love hearing that stuff. Okay, guys, so here's what we're going to do. There's what we're going to do is talk for one more minute, and then I'm going to show you guys how I do this in great detail and really focus on the why, because I think most people get caught up in what do I say, what do I say, what do I say, but they don't understand why I position things the way that I do. And you might be doing things that you're doing and you know that it works, but you don't know why you're doing those things the way that you do either. So these are concepts that are really, really important to know, because just like you're there for a very specific reason to help this client and hope that they sign up for your agency service, the person who's on the other side of the call is there for a very specific reason too. But those are two very different things, okay? So we have to be cognizant and aware of that, very self-aware of that at every step of the way, right? And that's really important, and that's why a lot of you guys are probably losing clients before they even get started, or you're signing them up under, bad positioning, and when you do that, then they turn around and something weird happens, or their expectations weren't met, or you weren't clear about something, and then they just end up bailing, or they're giving you a hard time, or something like that, right? And that's not good for anybody. So so don't worry. I mean, like, seriously, I don't have any problem telling a client that they're a bad fit for what we do. But before I started my Facebook ads agency, I would literally take almost any client who would pay us money to do anything. And that is just a recipe for disaster, guys. So I'm going to walk through all that today. So it's going to protect you. It's going to get you a yes or a no fast, right? That's a good thing. If they're a no, they're a bad fit, we've established that as fast as humanly possible. So the client can be served better by someone else out there in the marketplace, and we can get to a yes faster too, where it's a good fit. That means we're making money and the client's making money too, and everybody wins, right? So we're going to cover that today. Let's see. Cool. Mike Holmes says the appreciation goes both ways. That's awesome, man. Thank you for telling me that. Joel's asking, do you have a replay to that or the other webinar? I've never seen any of them. Okay, Joel Pryor, good question. Let me show you where they're at. Can you guys see my screen okay, real quick? Just give me one or a yes in the chat box. Cool. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Garrick. Thank you, Walt. Okay, got it. So, Joel, check this out. They're in the membership site right here. If you just go to Module 8, bonuses, there's 4-part live training replays. And there's the one from Tuesday is right here, and the one from yesterday is right here. Cool? And this one's going to actually cover the business manager right here. the bottom one, in great detail, and so that's part of the onboarding process, right? It's one that a lot of people are having trouble with. And then this top one, well, let me just scrub through it real quick. Because you're going to pull that and approach this immediately on our side. It should be a bit once LA, San Francisco. Okay, cool. So that one was a little bit more 100-foot view, and we answered a lot of different questions there. But the things that we went over were, where do you find specific problems to specific questions in the trainings? So go back and watch that, because I've been updating this as you guys have been giving me feedback, if you couldn't tell. And so I'm answering very pointed things in them. And then I showed you guys how to create the lead sheet, right? Using Google Sheets and Zapier. So how to use that as a positioning tool again to not only show the client that you're valuable as you go, but retain them and also use that lead sheet as a selling tool, okay? So go back and check those out. And then I talked about YouTube Director and video a lot. That was another thing that people are getting hung up on. So, oh, Joel, you're talking about the webinar? Oh, you know what, Joel? Send me a ticket. Can you email support@robbailey.com, Joel? And I'll dig that up for you. I don't know where it is right now, but I'll have Jesse get that to you, buddy. No problem. And I might be able to put that into the members area. Would that be valuable, guys, if I put the original webinar in the members area? I don't know if I can. I'd have to ask Brian, to be honest. But anywho, I'll try to get that for you, man. Just send a ticket in, Jesse. We'll get it hooked up for you. All right? All right, good stuff. Okay, cool. So let's talk about this, guys. Here's what I did for you. I just... I'm going to shoot this video, so if you guys are just coming in, I'm going to shoot this video after we talk about this, but this is such a critical piece of the training that I want to go through this step by step with you guys today and answer your questions as we go. And then I also, right after this call, I'm going to shoot a more succinct video that you can reference later that I'll put in the membership site about how to do this. So it'll be more step by step, get to the point, so you can pause the video, go back to it, all that stuff. But here's the deal, guys. When we are doing our sales demo, this is by far the most powerful tool that I've used to close new business, okay? So whenever I talk with a prospect, first of all, I do as much as I can to find out the answers to the test before I get on the call with them, all right? So if you go back to what are our criteria, remember? Let's go there. Let's go to good client criteria, right? Here's the big four. Remember this? Good video, good offer, good sales process, good average customer value. Is this starting to look familiar? What we're trying to do here, guys, is gather as much information about whether they're a good fit. If they fit the criteria, they're a good fit to proceed with. If not, there's too many good businesses out there that have these criteria that we want to work with. Okay, so in this instance, in this specific instance, when we get a prospect responding to us from one of our prospecting methods, any of these methods, you're going to get somebody responding going, yeah, I'm interested in that, right? The next thing you want to do is book a call with them, right? So they say, yeah, Rob, I'm interested. How do we get that done? I say, great, let's get on a 15-minute phone call, and we're going to do a screen share together, and I'm going to show it to you step by step. All you have to do is be in front of your phone or your computer, right? So let me put that in here for you guys. So when you get a yes, show me that response, then what we want to do here is just go okay. So this is literally what you're going to say, okay? And do not say more than this. You don't want to start selling. It's not time to start selling yet, okay? So let me give you context. You send out a warm market email referral, right? Let's review that real quick. A warm market email referral is, hey, first name, I've got a 30-second favor to ask you. So we're emailing a friend or a family member, okay, or an acquaintance. Previously, I've been successful at SEO. You probably know me from PageLadder, right? That was my story. You plug in yours here. And I just got started helping small businesses acquire new customers, which I'm really excited about. I'm helping fitness studios to profitably get new gym members using Facebook and Instagram ads. Okay, that's your positioning statement right there. So that it very succinctly, very specifically, very clearly tells them who you help and how. Okay, would you be willing to connect me with anyone who might be a good fit for more customers in their business? I'm just paraphrasing. If you know someone who owns a fitness studio, gym, or group-based class, please introduce me. Here's what they'll get. I'll run some Facebook ads for them for free for a week, no charge, no strings attached, strictly test run. If I can't bring them more leads, they don't owe me anything. I will also build out the sales funnel as well, not just the Facebook campaign. All I need is for the gym owner to pay about $100 to $200 for ad spend to allow me to run the campaign and funnel. Then they'll start getting leads. I'm specifically looking for people who own a yoga studio, Pilates, gym, fitness club. I can only help 2 to 3 folks like this. If someone knows of any of these types of businesses, let me know, right? So here at the end is the call to action. Please let me know and thank you in advance. You can just reply to this email or shoot me a text at this number, whatever is easiest. Okay? So right there is where we're picking this up. And you can, the same outcome is going to come whether you do the warm market Facebook one or the cold market direct outreach one or the warm market email one, okay? You're just looking to connect with someone who's got interest for you to show it to them at this stage. We're still not in sales mode yet. So that right where we're picking up right here is where they respond and they say, yes, I do know someone, or yes, I would like to have you show me what that looks like, right? Great. When are you available for a quick 15-minute call, screen share, so I can show this to you? Or them, I guess, depending on the context, right? All you have to do is be near a phone and in front of your computer. Because you're going to send them the screen share link, right? Which day is best for you? Tomorrow or Saturday? And I'll just say whatever the next day is, right? So what's best for you, tomorrow or Saturday? Or actually, probably today or tomorrow. You don't want to wait. You guys want to do this while the iron's hot if you can help it. So today at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., or tomorrow at 10 or 11. So what you're doing is proposing a couple times that work for you. Let me know. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. So you just want to keep this really simple. You don't want to give them a reason to not show up. Okay. So you got their interest, and what you need to do now is capture their attention in a one-on-one format using join.me. Okay, or using GoToMeeting or using Zoom, right? So the whole purpose of this step is to just book the freaking call, right? The goal, let's just write this big because this is important. Let's see here. I just want to make this. Goal, book the demo. Okay. Is everybody with me so far? So notice what we're not doing. What we're not doing is as important as what we are doing, right? The goal is just to book the demo. That's it. We're only focused on one step. And guys, this is an important direct response marketing principle. If you notice really good marketers, at each step of the way, if you see like a funnel that's 5 pages deep, each step of the way, they want for you to say yes or no to one thing. That's the whole purpose of that step, right? So just like that, if you start flying off the handle right here and getting crazy ass, like of course you're not going to get a good response from it. Your goal needs to be one message, one goal per step. Okay, so at this specific step, you just want this goal to be to book the demo. And so this is what you want to email or say back to them, right? To get the call booked. Everybody got it? Give me one or a yes at this point. Any questions so far? I know a lot of you, I've been seeing a couple of you show me what you were doing, and you were going freaking crazy at this step, and you're killing it for them. Okay? You already have their interest. You just need to get them on the phone, right? Awesome. Okay, good stuff. All right, now here's the deal. And I'm using this sales call or demo. We should just call it the sales demo, right? But with the client, you want to just call it, you know, a phone call, right? I would just call it a phone call when you're talking to them. But for our purposes, we're going to call it a sales demo for our internal purposes. And here's the purpose of the demo. Okay, the main purpose of the demo is, actually, I want to see if you guys know this. What do you guys think the purpose of the demo is? The number one goal. Tell me what you think in the chat. Walt Wise says preeminence. That's a great word. Yeah, so what Walt's describing, and this is a principle that I did not create. It's a J. Abraham thing, and I don't even know if he made it up, but all of these things together create what's called preeminence. All three of the things in the bullet list help you establish what's called preeminence, which is one of the best positioning tools that you can be, right? Or places that you can be as far as positioning. Preeminence means that you have differentiated yourself from the yellow pages salesman, right? When you establish preeminence, you establish yourself as an indispensable advisor, okay? So Walt Wise nailed it, and Walt, I'd be curious to know where you learned that, because if it's not J. Abraham, I need to find out who's writing this stuff. But position yourself as an indispensable advisor, okay? This is my take on this, and the way that you do that, okay? This is the way that I sell. The number one goal, I don't care if they say no, I don't care if they say yes. There's two things I want to leave the call with. I want for my positioning by the end of that call to be an indispensable advisor. And I would say the secondary goal is to leave with a yes or a no. Never a maybe. Okay? Here's why. If we're doing a good job of positioning ourselves as an indispensable advisor and they say no, what we've done during that process is we have earned the right we've earned the right to have our positioning work for us at every subsequent step of the way after that. So if you did a good job showing differentiation, showing proficiency, showing results, and figuring out if the client is qualified or not by the end of that call, and telling them, like, I will only take you on if you're a good fit for this. I don't just do this with anybody, right? So at the end of this call, if it's not a good fit, I'm just going to tell that to you, okay? But if it is a good fit, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse, and I'm going to try to, I'm not going to tell you that this is something that you should do because it's going to greatly benefit your business, okay? And just saying something like that, clients are not used they've never been talked to that way, okay? They're trying to be sold something constantly by terrible salespeople who do not understand what sales is really about. So when you come in and you do this, if you walk away with a yes or no, either way, they are like, that guy is fucking awesome, right? That girl is fucking awesome. Like, it wasn't a good fit for my business, but I have a friend who's got a business that it would be perfect for, and I would refer Rob to them in a heartbeat. That's when you know you guys are doing something right in sales, right? Or you are doing it right in sales, okay? Because if you guys have your positioning statement be, I help gyms who look just like you profitably grow their membership base using Facebook and Instagram ads, and the specific purpose of this is to show you what's working in the marketplace. The only thing that you have to risk by the end of this call is that I'm going to show you what's working out there, okay? So at the end of 15 minutes, you're going to be able to walk away, Mr. Business Owner, and know exactly what's working out there for other gyms. Now, I can't work with everyone, right? I can't work with everyone. So by the time that we're done with this call, what I'm trying to do by the end of this call is determine if you're a good fit for this, because not everybody is, right? And so if you're not a good fit for it, I'm going to tell that to you right away so that neither of us waste our time and you don't waste a bunch of time, energy, and money trying to do something that you're not going to succeed at. And if you are a good fit, I'm going to tell you that you should let us go and do this for you, because that means you're going to make a ton of money from it, and you're going to get new members, and you're going to help more people, right? So is that fair? That's the purpose. That's why we're here. But I'm not going to tell you to do something that I don't think you're a good fit for, right? And when you say that at the very beginning, you have to understand that that positioning right away is an indispensable advisor. They're like, this guy Rob knows this market so well, knows what he's doing so much that he does not, even if I wrote him a check and I wasn't a good fit, he wouldn't take me? Man, that's the differentiation, right? And then you show proficiency through showing them the funnel and the results that got them and everything else. But all that stuff adds up to become what Walt mentioned, which is preeminence, meaning you're elite. You're an advisor. You're a growth advisor, right? That's probably the best way to say it is, you position yourself as a growth advisor. I can really help you grow your business. I'm not a salesman. You get salesmen in here all the time. Those guys are different. It's not what I do. Nothing against it, but I'm just different, How many Yellow Pages salesmen, if you were throwing money at them, would they say, you know what, you're just not a good fit for this? None of them. How many other salesmen out there who sell God knows what, credit card processing or whatever, if you threw their money at them, how many of them would say, you're not a good fit for this, right? So does that make sense, guys? Right off the bat, you've already positioned yourself well here, okay? Really well. The language that you're using is setting you up perfectly to continue this on, but when you get into this stage, how you position yourself becomes imperative, because this is the most powerful time. They've got you on the phone, or you've got them on the phone, so their impression of you is going to matter. So when you start it off, you want to be in control by stating, at the end of this, we're going 1 or 0, yes or no, right? So you're taking the alpha role. You're saying, this is how I do these calls, right? This is how I do these calls, right? I'm not here to sell you something today. I'm here to get a yes or a no, but I'm going to help you figure that out. I'm here to help. If you end up being a good fit for this method, I'm going to show you exactly, step by step, the whole thing about what's working right now. Either way, right? So either answer we arrive to, I'm going to show you the answers to the test. So you're going to at least walk away with that. But by the end of this call, I'm going to ask you some simple questions. And by the time that we're done, I'm going to tell you whether you're a good fit for it or not. Because how are you supposed to know if you've never done it, right? And I don't take every client. I'm here to serve you. So a no is just as powerful as a yes. Okay, so guys, when we walk in and we talk to a business owner like that, their guard gets let down. They go, this guy's different, So is everybody clear on that? Okay, so that's why I'm about to show you the exact steps, but the verbiage that you use when you talk to them, right, is so important. So let's start off the call showing some differentiation. So how do we do that, right? So how do we do that? Is everybody clear? Give me a 1 or a yes if we're clear so far. Okay, good. Everybody says good. Any questions so far? Oh, Don's here. Don, you're chomping at the bit for this, right? Okay, good. So, guys, practice what I just said, okay? Here's what I say when I first start a call. We'll get into that. Actually, let me just get into that here real quick, because I'm going to do a sample call with you guys. Now, here's the thing, guys. One of the ways that we show proficiency is to understand what your prospect will care about. Let's just call it prospective clients. Okay. What your prospective clients will care about are three things. How much does it cost? Long-term results, short-term results. Okay. Okay. Now, listen. I have done this a lot, and I've gone really deep, and I've gone really shallow, and there's a sweet spot in between where they care about what they care about, right? So if the three biggest questions that they're going to have without asking you are, how much does it cost? What are the short-term results? So how closely does this relate to direct sales? And long-term results, meaning is there a side benefit or an additional benefit that benefits me long-term? And as you guys know, when you build your list, or you have start a leads database each month, that list grows and grows and grows each month, and some of these leads wake up later, right? They end up giving you money later. But if you never add to that list, then that's impossible. So the resulting sales are the now thing, right? From 100 leads, 10 new members sign up this month, right? That's the now. They give them the business money that month. That's the immediate money that came from the cost. But there's also this side benefit of 10% of those on average with our gym clients from those 100 leads in month 1 are waking up in month 2 and then giving them money, right? So that's a longer term result. It's not immediate. It's not within that 30-day window. It's more like within a 60-day window. And then they might get a handful of those leads from month 1 and month 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that, right? They might wake up later. So here's the deal, guys. The way that I do this is very strategic, okay? And I just made this slide to just remember our positioning again. I should put that at the beginning, I guess. Book the demo, remember our positioning. Okay. So here's how I run my sales deck, okay? So you book the client call, you say, great, tomorrow at 10, here's the join me link. Get on the phone with me. You're just going to look at your computer screen, and I'm going to show you something that I think you're going to be really excited about. They get on the phone with you, and what you want to do is just quickly welcome them, okay? And what I want to do is just grab a random gym from Groupon. Oh, that looks like not a real business. Let me find one that's... Okay, so these guys are near me. These guys are right down the street from me, actually. Where's his location? Oh, here it is. So what I want to do is just find his website and grab a quick screenshot of his site, okay? Now, when you're doing a deck like this, you don't want for it to be overwhelming, okay? You don't need 1,000 entries, right? Oh, here it is, company website. Thank you. All right, so I've seen this guy's stuff all over the place. And what I'm going to do is just grab a quick screenshot. And where's my little screenshot widget thing? Ah, it's hidden. Okay. I'm just going to do this real quick. All right. Now, the reason why I want to do this is show them that we customize a little bit to them. Okay. So I'm just going to save this to my desktop, save, and I'm showing this to you guys in real time so you can see how long it takes to build something like this. It's not that long. Okay. So I'm just going to add an image. Okay. Now, this takes 2 seconds to quickly customize, but when the person arrives on your call with you and they're looking at their screen, you want their website to be the first thing they see, okay? With just welcome, that's fine. Don't make it super fancy. I like to just get them on the call and keep their focus on my voice and the concepts of the content. So I don't want to make this too whiz-bang. Otherwise, they're going to get distracted by the wrong things, okay? So remember our positioning. We just got them to agree to be shown what's working right now, okay? So what I do is I say, when I'm just talking chit-chat with them, 2-3 minutes of like, hey, how's it going? Thanks for hopping on the call with me. Really appreciate it. And I ask them a couple questions on this slide, okay? I say, so what made you reach out to me today? What was, what made you take the time to stop what you're doing in your business? I'm sure you're busy, and talk to me today, right? And that's a really important question, guys. They're going to say something that you need to pay very close attention to, because they're going to give you the answers to the test, okay? So, and we're going to wrap what they say in to the end. So they say, well, we tried Groupon and I just saw that, you help people get leads and we always need leads, but I'm sick of dealing with Groupon. Or we tried Facebook ads and they didn't work, but, I don't know, it seems like you know what you're doing and I'd rather hire it out anyway. Or, they might just talk about their business, like what's going on in their business, which is even better. They might say, well, you know what, we're like not even breaking even. Or we could really use like 20 new members a month. Otherwise, I don't know if I could keep the doors open, right? And they're telling you the reason why they need to do business development with you. Why do they need a growth advisor like you, right? So you want to quickly ask them that. And they might be a little hesitant, but you guys shouldn't move on until you figure that out. Here's why, guys. If you get on the phone with a know-it-all, and there's people out there like this, and they're like, well, I don't really need new leads. I don't need leads. I'm good. And you're like, well, okay, we should end this call right now. And they go, wait, what? I thought you said you were going to show this to me. And you say, I do, but I help people who have a specific problem. So if you don't need new leads, then why do you need to be shown a way to get new leads? And it might sound kind of snarky, but guys, you cannot close a person who does not think they need help with something, okay? Furthermore, if they're a know-it-all and they're just like, oh, I just want to steal your shit and then go do it myself, that's not going to work out well for you, okay? Again, your positioning as an advisor is I help people who need a specific problem that needs solving so they can focus on growing their business. So if they don't have this specific problem and you can't get them to say that in their own volition, then you do not move on. You say, well, cool, man, it was nice talking to you, cool. No harm, no foul, but I only help people who have a specific problem. So if you don't need more leads, then I can't help you. Does that make sense to all you guys? How many of you have been making that mistake just with this one part? And it's okay to say it. I did it for years, guys. I did it for 3 years, every day. Yeah, Harry's saying there must be pain. And even more surface level, Harry, they must have a problem, right, that you can solve. You guys get paid to solve a specific problem. So if they don't have a problem, there's nothing to solve, okay? Mark Imperial says, in the group I saw a lot of folks worrying about giving away the secret sauce or the prospect grilling you for how you do it. I have an answer to that. However, would love your take. Yep, I'm going to go over that right now. Ed says you're 100% correct. Yeah, right, Ed? Anna Ashmore says totally. Okay. Okay, cool. Jamil says, how do you get them on the phone in the first place? Jamil, go to this section right here. 3 ways to prospect, right? And when you get a response from that, then here's what you say. Great. When are you available for a quick 15-minute call? That's it. Really simple. Cool. Yep. Chet's nodding his head. Okay, good. So let's say here's how most conversations go. That most people who are at this stage to reach out, if they got referred to you especially, they're not going to give you a ton of pushback. But they might say something to the effect of, oh, well, we tried X, Y, and Z and it just didn't work that well. Okay, so this is, and I hear that a lot. If they're a good person on the other line and they're just sort of like getting used to you and warming up to you, I hear that a lot. Well, I tried X, Y, and Z. I tried Google Ads. It didn't work out that well. I tried SEO. I don't know. I don't even really know if it worked. Guys, this is perfect for this. We're going to show them differentiation in the next step. So that's a great answer. So what they're saying is, okay, I admitted I didn't work. Some stuff didn't work for me. And then, so what you need to say at that point is, okay, great. Well, would you like for me to show you something that's worked really, really well for businesses that look just like yours? Okay, write that down if you need to. Would you like for me to show you? And they already said yes to this. You're just looking for them to say yes again. It's a little micro commitment, right? A little trial close is what they call it. Great. Would you like for me to show you something that's worked really, really well for businesses that look just like yours? Right? So we're being specific again. We're being specific because being specific shows differentiation, proficiency, and we're going to show them results too, right? So what you really quickly need to do is show them who you are, okay? And I just put some pictures in here, and I had a picture of me in like my suit, but that's not really me. Like, this is my wife and I at our wedding reception in her parents' house, and I love that picture, so I just put it in there. And here's me at my 20th high school reunion, right, with all my buddies that I played football with, and I'm over here on the left. And then here's me with my oldest son at the beach in front of our friend's surf shop that I started off doing internet marketing at. So I just like to tell them like a little bit about me, like, you know, this is my wife, we live in San Diego. I grew up in San Diego, went to high school here, I went to the same high school my mom grew up in. You know, and it's just a good conversation starter to let them know that you're not just some faceless person on the other end of the phone, right? And then I show them this because I like to tie this in and say, well, I've been doing internet marketing since 2005, and here's where I got my start. My best friend owns this surf shop now, and now my family, you know, I still help them with a few things here and there, but they're not really my client. They're just more like my friends, but my family and I still go there to shop. And that's just a cool way to show them that I'm tied to my clients and, you know, I'm a real person and I give a crap and stuff like that, right? They can get that feeling real quick. So, but that's it. It's really simple, and they're usually quiet because they're kind of just going like, okay, like, why should I care about that? But subconsciously, they're like, oh. And all these are on my Facebook profile, by the way. So if I sent them a friend request on Facebook or someone referred me through Facebook, they can see these same pictures on my Facebook profile. In fact, let's go there real quick. So you see how all this stuff is tying together, guys? If you look in the organic Facebook strategy, this picture right here is right here. They're probably going to see that one, right? So we're just building rapport really fast in like one simple thing. And then you reiterate your positioning statement, right? My name is Rob and I help. So I wouldn't say yoga studios, that's why I put that in yellow. I help, and you should change your positioning statement to customize it to who you're talking to. I help martial arts and fitness studios profitably acquire new members each month, right? So far we're into this about 5-6 minutes, okay? Now what we want to quickly do is, if you have your case study already, you want to lead with results, okay? Thanks, Anna Ashmore. He is a cutie. I've got 2 cute kids. I'm not gonna lie, my kids are dark cute. But the case study is you want to lead with results, and if you put these results in your email, in any of the outreach strategies that I have, you want to reiterate them here, okay? Because they're probably like, well, how did you do that? Or I saw that, right? You want to get them engaged on this and ask them if they saw that. Just be like, oh, did you see, I forget, did you see this in the email that I sent or the post that I had on Facebook or anything like that? They'll go, oh, no, no, no. And it's just kind of casual and conversational, right? But I go, oh, yeah, so this is like our client, and we got them $268,000 of new business from just $2,100 in ad spend within like 3 months, right? And they go, oh my God, this works that well. And it doesn't have to be as impressive as that, guys. If you're like, one of our clients got in 7-day period, they spent $136 in ad spend, and we got them 10 new members, right? Or 5 new members, or whatever it is. But you just want to talk about that here on the case study and go, yeah, and this is why I'm showing this to you today, because this is what this gets you, right? Again, what do they care about? They care about 3 things. How much does it cost? What's the short-term outcome? What's the long-term outcome, right? So that's where we're beginning to quickly turn this into, here's why you should stay till the end, right? You've probably seen that on a webinar, okay? So now you're saying, without saying it, you're saying that pain point that we talked about at the beginning of not enough leads or not enough members or not being able to make payroll or trying things that don't work, I'm showing you one that works. Here's what I'm saying. This works. And it can work really well. And I would curb that. If you have like a home run case study, I would curb that by either showing what a single or a double looks like. But in this case, I would say, like, look, this was for a gym that we're doing a lot of things right with. and they are a big facility, and not every client that we work with has a home run result like this. This is a home run. This is a case study client, right? But most of our clients have singles, doubles, triples. So I'm going to show you how we get those singles, doubles, and triples, and even maybe a home run if we're, you know, if we do this really right with you, maybe even a home run, right? I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. I'm going to show you the exact campaign that got this result, right? So would you like for me to show you the exact campaign? Okay. So what are we doing when we ask them that question? We're asking permission to proceed. Okay, it's another what I will call trial close, but we're also feeding that next thing that they want to see, right? We just showed them results, but we're going to show them the proficiency and say this is how we did it, and show them the differentiation. Okay. So we're making good on our promise to be an advisor, not a salesperson. Would you like to see the campaign? So then they usually go, yeah, sure. And I'm going to go, okay, great. Let me show you Point Loma Sports Club's campaign. And this is when they get really freaking excited. Like they're going to, and then you just open up the ad demo link, okay? And you say, I'm going to show you exactly what the exact campaign that got us this result. Now, if you don't have the result yet, what I would say is, I'm going to show you the exact campaign that we would run for you. So picture your logo here and your offer here for your gym or your martial arts studio, right? And they go, okay. And you say, okay, here's what's working, right? Are you ready? And then you just go. You say, hey, Point Loma, we're giving away 10 free days passes, and you just read it all off. And you say, now listen, this is a perfectly crafted direct response offer. And the reason why it works so well is because this ad has to call out the attention from all the cats and babies and other stuff that's in people's news feeds, political posts as of late, right? Christmas stuff for the season, whatever it is, we got to get them to stop, and grab their attention. So we're offering something that we know that they want, which is a free trial in this case, right? And if the business owners try Groupon, you can build a little rapport and be like, have you ever tried like a free offer on Groupon or a group discount on Groupon or something like that? And they go, blah, 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 and they just start rattling all this stuff off, right? And you go, well, great. Well, here's how we do this differently, okay? Again, we're going to show differentiation. So, whoops. We're going to say, the difference is that you get to keep everything that happens from this ad, you get to keep, okay, first of all. So that's different from Groupon. But what's great is that people who are on Groupon are trained to be looking for deals. When we're selling, or when we're advertising this free trial or this offer to an audience, chances are number one, these people have never heard of you. Number two, they're a much more engaged audience because people are on Facebook all day, every day. I mean, I'm sure you've seen them people walking around just looking on their phone all day, right? They go, yeah, totally. Like that's my daughter, or that's me, right? So yeah, I mean, Facebook by far has the most attention of any platform out there, and Instagram's not far behind. So is this making sense to you so far, Mr. Business Owner, about why this might work? And then they're probably going to ask you questions about targeting, or like, what if, what's the quality of the leads like, or whatever, and then you can just scroll down and be like, well, look, guys, again, we're never going to know until we run an ad for you, so that's future pacing it a little down the line, right? Saying, I'm already thinking about running this ad for you. Like, you're already here. Well, there's no way that we can know how it's going to work out when we run this ad for you, right? Write that one down too. But when we run the ad, things like this will start to happen. Friends tagging friends in the ad itself, right? I got a pass, so I guess I better get in shape now. What? We look forward to seeing you tonight, all set for Pilates. Oh my gosh. That person's coming in. That person is probably a member now, right? Tagging friend, tagging friend, tagging friend. Look, friend, come try, right? Okay, I got one. I want to do that Tuesday instead of gym. Well, I don't know what that means, but that means they're coming in. You guys see this? This is why it's so important to get that first case study under your belt, guys, right? Look, friend, want to do this? Yes. Look, other friend, would you be interested? It's like cheating. It's like seriously like cheating. Yes, right? Shall we? Yeah, get two. It's been a while since I've gone through these comments. This is great. And this ad is turned off now. It's a different ad now, but this one did so well, guys. So it's fun to show a prospect that, because if you get excited about it, they're going to be like, what? This is crazy. So you can say, yeah, so, you know, we ran this ad, but look at how many people it got shared with and how much interaction was on it, right? 11 additional shares, right? So then they can start to get excited, and this is when they start to understand that this is something different, that you have proficiency that they never knew about before this call, and you're showing them results, right? Is everybody with me so far about why this is different than just regular old selling? Give me like a 1 or a yes. I just want to make sure you guys are with me, because I realize that I'm going long on this, guys, but I'll stick around later today. This is so important, right? And how's this feeling? Is this good stuff, guys, or you want me to move faster? Eric says yes. Don says yes. Yep, Don says he's getting it. Mike says awesome. Okay, good. Walt says excellent stuff, good stuff. Okay, good. Garrick says we're with you. This is what I need, Mike. Good. Okay, good pace. All right, yeah. I don't want to go too fast because then you miss the nuance. The nuances are important, guys. Okay, good. So then I quickly move, and I don't spend too much time on any one place. So this whole call should take 15 minutes. And if it goes to 30 minutes, that's fine. But I don't sit here and talk about the mechanics of all this, right? I just want to get them excited enough to achieve these 3 things and then ask them if they would like for us to do this for them, right? Okay, so then you click the download button. You go to the landing page and you say, now look, Mr. Business Owner, what happens is when the prospect clicks on that ad, they get taken to this page, okay? And this is where we capture them as a lead, and they raise their hand and volunteer to come in and try your product or service, okay? So we just reiterate what they're going to get. This is very simple. We reiterate what they're going to get and tell them how many of those are left remaining, and then we strategically place a video on there that shows why they should get excited to come try it, and then we ask them to get their free pass, and that is it, okay? We split tested the crap out of this. We spent tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars split testing it. You know, just trust us, this is what works the best. We've already gone through all the trial and error with you, for you. And at this point, they're probably thinking like, well, I could build a page like that, or I know someone who could build a page like that. But, and I don't talk about that unless they bring it up, but what I say is, now listen, what's more important about what's on this page is what is not on it, okay? And we build this page for you. This is 100% done for you service, but what the key is what happens after the person opts in to get the pass, okay? And again, this is where we're going to show differentiation. So we ask them to who and where should we send your free 10-day pass? And I type in a test form field here, and I click go, right? Let me just put this in so I don't mess anyone up. Okay. Cool. And now I tell them, I say, now listen, this is really a really important step. What you say and do after the prospect enters this information is so crucial, okay? And this is the part where I start to turn it back to them, and I say, what is your sales process like? Do you have a front desk person who picks up the phone? How quickly could you call a lead back if somebody if a real lead entered their information there, how quickly could you call them back to book the pass, right? And the reason why I stop and do that is because right now they're in like, oh my God, I want this zone, right? But you want to not stop them, but you want to put their mind back in, are you qualified for this? Because by now they probably have a huge boner. Okay, forgive my language, but you did a good job if that's the case. All right, they're like, I kind of want this, not gonna lie, if it can get me that kind of result. And they might still have questions, but that's a lot of work for the average business owner to put those pieces together, okay? Even though it's probably pretty simple for you and I. So what I quickly say is, and they probably might say, yeah, you know, it's fine, and they might just tell you a little bit about it. And I say, great. The reason why I asked that question is because as soon as they punch that information in, two things are going to happen, okay? So you guys want to write this down too. Two things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to get a one-off notification. So if Joe Blow opted in at 1 p.m. today, at 1:01 p.m., you're going to get a one-off notification with his name, email, and phone address, okay? What's also going to happen is you're going to get that lead is going to get logged into a spreadsheet that looks like this, okay? And it doesn't have to have this huge 56 leads over 4 months on this slide. In fact, it's probably better if that's on the next slide, because again, we just want to achieve one thing with each step. But you know, you show them your lead sheet, an example of your lead sheet, and you go, here's where all the leads get stored. And again, guys, we're showing so much by doing this. We're saying we know that you've never seen, without saying it, we know that you've never seen this many leads from one single lead source in your life, probably, right? So they're going to see this and go, oh my God, those are all leads? Yeah, they're all timestamped too. So you can see you got 8 on Monday, 10 on Tuesday, 4 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, 8 on, you know, and you just go down the line. So it's really important that you follow up with these leads, because you're going to get the leads, right? You're going to have leads start coming in. Can you handle this? I'm pre-qualifying you now, right? And so then they start to really think about what it's like to actually get leads like this, okay? So yeah, Anna asks, so is that a sales boner? Yep, I'm a sales nerd, so yeah, that's a sales boner right there. So here's the deal, guys. Once they see this, this is the point to where they should really start saying in their head really fast, I want this, right? So you say, look, this is going to happen automatically. Every time a new lead comes in, it's automatically going to create a new row, and it's going to populate that lead in there. So your front desk person should have this open on their desk all day at work and have their email open so that when the lead comes in, they call them within 5 minutes or less. 15 minutes or less max, right? Why 5 minutes? Well, there's studies show that if you call a lead within 5 minutes, your chances are like 300 times higher that you're actually going to get them to come in and buy your service. Within 15 minutes, your chances are much, much higher, right? After 15 minutes, your chances just plummet, okay? So it really matters what happens after that. Are you able to call them within, 5 to 15 minutes on a regular basis, Mr. Business Owner? Because the leads are going to come. As soon as we turn this on for you, they're going to come, right? And at this point, they're probably thinking of questions they have, and they're going to start asking buying questions, okay? So I would say, do you have any questions about this? This is a very simple but very powerful process. This is exactly how we got these kinds of results for Point Loma Sports Club. It's the exact offer that we ran. It's the exact landing page. Do you have any questions, okay? And now you're going to either hear buying questions or objections, okay? And I don't want to go too long today, so I don't want to get into objections, but buying questions would be, well, how many of these leads have you seen on average closing? And I say, well, conservatively, about 10% of them. So if you get 100 leads, you're probably going to get 10 new members. But that's just in month 1, okay? And I'm being super conservative. If your sales process is better, I've seen as high as 30%. But it just depends on how good your sales team is and how fast you can follow up with them, okay? So now, again, I'm pre-qualifying them. And they go, okay, well, I think they're pretty good, so I think we could close 10 a month. And I'm like, okay, great. So what is your average lead value, right? Or average, what is, on average, how much is a new member worth to you in your business? Because from what we've seen, it's about $1,000 a year. And they go, oh, yeah, I guess that's right. And you say, okay. Well, at $1,000 a year, if you book 10 new members, that'd be $10,000 in new annualized revenue, wouldn't it? See that? See what I'm doing there? And they go, yeah. Okay, so now this goes back to our criteria, Now we need to figure out these big four. And if you did a good job of researching this before you got on the phone with them, you probably know the answers to most of these, okay? So if you take 5 minutes to find out if they have these things, you probably know it, but you want to talk with them through it and say, well, listen, Mr. Client, people who are a good fit for this have these four key things. Number one, they have a good sales process. You just told me you have a great sales process. If that's true, that one's covered, right? Number two, you need a good video. Do you have a good video that we can use? I looked on your YouTube, I found one that I think might work, but do you have any other videos that are good? Like videos that show what it's like to just come in and try your gym. Okay, figure that out. If they do have great videos, say, great, that's a big one. You have that. If they don't, say, well, would you be willing to make a free video if I show you some free or cheap resources to do it yourself? Right? Because you want to find out if they're willing to do it, then you can proceed. If they're not, they're like, I don't know, I'm not doing no video. Then you know it's going to be more difficult, okay? So that's criteria 2. Criteria 3 is the economics. You just ask them, okay, so what is the average member value like on an annualized basis for you? Oh, $1,000, okay. If it's like $100, that's a red flag. You can't really help them. It's not going to be worth your bill, you know, your fee plus the ad spend. If it's $8 a month, $100 a year, we're looking for more like $50 to $150 a month, $1,000 a year, right? So you can say that. People who use this type of paid traffic lead generation, those people have higher annualized values. Like, we can't help 24-hour fitness. We don't want to help them. They charge $4 a month. We're not going to help them like this, right? But I see on your site that you charge $99 a month for unlimited, you know, access to the gym or something like that, or $50 a month. Like, do most people sign up for personal training or upsells or anything like that? Like, what is the average? Because, you know, if we can get you 10 new members at $1,000, that's $10,000 in new annualized revenue. Guess how much we spent on in 1 month to get to, you know, like if you spent $500, we're seeing about $5 a lead, so that'd be 100 leads. So for $500 in ad spend, would you pay $500 to get back $10,000 in new annualized revenue in month 1? Right? So you need to do the math for them. So, and make sure they understand this concept. And and if they're excited and they say yes about that right there, I know I got them closed. You know why? Because then I say, well, that's great, because most clients that we have, we're seeing that they close about at least 10%. Again, that's being really low and conservative, but they close at least 10% of the leads that we send them in month 1. But what's great is, additionally, they're closing approximately 10% of the leads in month 2 from month 1, from that same batch of leads. For whatever the reason, the people who opted in month 1 are waking up in month 2 and finally doing it, if we keep running ads for them. And they go, what? So I'm like, yeah. And like, so that, like, for $500, you're getting like $20,000 in new annualized revenue each month that you do this. Does that sound like something you might want to do? Like, would that benefit your business? Right? And so they're just like, oh my gosh. It's kind of hard to say no when you put it like that, right? So then if they're starting to really, you know, get down to this, they'll either ask you, okay, how much is it for you to do this for me? Or they'll say, so how does this work? Like, is this a done for you service? Are you trying to teach me how to do this? Like, what's your proposal? Right? Or they might say something like, they might say, well, I don't know if it's really going to work for me, or, you know, they might say some weird stuff there just because they're uncomfortable and they're not sure what to do next. And this is where you tie it back to the beginning, and the question that you ask them on this first slide, which is so important, which is you say, look, Joe Bob gym owner, remember, I said at the beginning, my whole goal for this was to figure out if you're a good fit or not. You have all 4 of the criteria, okay? You said you were willing to make a good offer, right? A Groupon-like offer. You said that you have a good video. You said that you have a good sales process. You said that you have good annualized revenue, okay? Those are the 4 things that we need for you to be a good fit. So I'm pleased to tell you that you are a good fit. If you didn't have those 4 criteria, I'd tell you that you weren't a good fit. See how that works? And then I would say, and at the beginning of the call, you told me that you needed more members. You need 20 more members a month, or you tried stuff and it didn't work, or you know, whatever it is they said, you just bring that back up and say, you told me this, right? So in order to solve that problem for you, since you fit all 4 of our criteria to move forward, here's what I would like to do. I I would like to build you the exact campaign you saw in this, but for your business for free and run it for 7 days. Would you like me to build that exact campaign and run it for you for 7 days? No strings attached. Right? So what just happened there? We just flushed all of their objections down the toilet, right? We just made it completely risk-free to try this. And they go, okay, well, how would it work? And you just explain it. And you go back to what we said in this email template, right? Well, I'm going to build my team's going to build the funnel and the ads for you for free, no charge, no strings attached, strictly test run. All you have to do is kick in $200 in ad spend, okay? Does that sound like a pretty good deal to you? And at the end of 7 days, we're going to talk again, and we're both going to see the lead sheet first of all. So each day, as leads are going to come in, we both have access to this lead sheet. So I'll be able to see, like, oh, we got 4 today, 5 tomorrow. Like, you know, we're going to both see all this stuff, right? So, you know, if you're ready to do that, if you're ready to start getting leads, would you like for me to go ahead and do that for you? Does this sound like something you would want for us to build for your business so you can start getting leads, right? So, so tell me what you guys think about this, because I've literally never gotten a no at this stage. If they've gotten all the way to this stage and it's gone sort of how I've laid it out, I've never gotten a no, right? Because I try to disqualify people before they hit the no. So if I hit a hiccup in any one of these stages, I start talking about something else. You know, I say, well, look, you know, you have 2 of the 4 criteria, and we really need all 4 for this to work for you, man. So we can either cut the call short now, and you can come back to me when you have those things if you want to do it. But I can't, in good faith, recommend this to you because I tried that before and it just does not work. You know. But when you ask them to bill it for free, they might say, well, how much? Yeah, I mean, what does it look like after that? You know, if they're future pacing themselves, that's a good thing, right? And you say, well, my normal fee is $1,000 a month, and then you pay the ad spend directly to Facebook on top of that. But I only like to do that if I get your results. So let's do this for 7 days, and if it doesn't work out with your $200 ad spend, then we just part ways as friends, no harm, no foul. But I work month to month, $1,000 a month if you end up liking the service, and I'll work with you each and every month to, it's 100% done for you service. We do all this for you. So what it looks like is, you know, we do an onboarding call where my campaign manager, Betsy, gets on an onboarding call with you, and she sets everything up. We discuss the offer. We nail down details. You know, they might start rattling off about the offer, right? That happens a lot at this stage. They're already thinking about the campaign. They're excited. And so I say, great, Betsy's going to do an onboarding call with you. She's going to schedule that with you in advance. You just got to be in front of a computer like we're doing right now. She'll set all that stuff up for you. And then at the end of 7 days, we'll schedule a time to get on the phone, me and you. And if you like the results, then we can talk about, you know, doing the $1,000 a month retainer so you can continue to grow your business. And that's how we got here for Point Limited Sports Club, right? So this is month after month of doing that each month. But I understand, you don't know me that well. I want to get you results. I want to lead with results with you, right? And guys, they've never heard that before. So they say, okay, well, what does it take to get started? I say, great. What's your, you know, I've got your information here. What day is better for you, Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm just going to tell Betsy. Then Betsy schedules the onboarding call. And that is it, guys. That is seriously it. Eric says, who would say no to this? That's why this is my best one. I've never got a no from this, okay? Eric Kilda says, who would say no to this? That's the point, is that it's really hard to say no to, okay? Ed's saying, awesome process. Thanks, Ed. Vita says, it's an irresistible offer. I agree. Wayne said, oh, wait, let me go back to this. Can you get sufficient results in 7 days? Yeah, totally. In fact, Roger, a lot of times when you start the campaign, the first week can be the best sometimes. Sometimes it's the best. So you might get like really excellent results the first 7 days, and then the campaign will still be good after that, but the best results were the first 7 days. Garrick says, we understand why. Great positioning. They need you. How can they say no? So much value and low risk. Exactly, Garrick. David says, so what should we be doing if we don't have results yet? So you just take those pieces out of this, David. Because think about it. Like, if you don't lead with this and you just go right to this, all you say is, would you like to see the campaign? Okay, so let me explain this to you guys. If you've never done this for a client before, your positioning should still be generous, right? You should still say, I want to build this campaign for you for free, but the first time that you do it, you need to build a campaign to show in this presentation, right? So the first person that you do it for, just do it for them. So if you've never built a campaign and you picked United States Karate Academy, build a mock ad for them. Build a mock landing page for them. Build a mock thank you page for them. And put that in here, okay? So if you don't have the case study, replace it with their stuff, like their real stuff. So instead of doing Point Loma's demo walkthrough, I would have US Karate Academy ad preview in here with their logo. How compelling would that be? Okay, well, they haven't shown me results yet, but it's also risk-free. And you know, also here, I would just say, look, if you're a good fit for this by the end of this, I'm gonna tell you that you should do it, and I'm also gonna tell you how you can get this done for free by me. 100% done for you for free, so it's worth sticking around for 15 minutes, right? Does that make sense, guys? So you got to do this once to get your case study, and if you don't have results yet, then just do it, put your hustle hat on, and do it for one place that you demo for, and it would be really hard for them to say no at the end of that too. What you can do is just use industry averages, okay? $5 a lead is approximately what we get in fitness and martial arts and all that stuff in the gym space. So if you say, yeah, well, what you can expect is if you spend $200, it's about $5 a lead, so that's 40 leads. You spend $500, it's 100 leads. Does that make sense? Walt says, great stuff, preeminence par excellence. Puppy dog clothes. Chet says, this is the puppy dog clothes. Who does not love a puppy? There you go. MacD says, if you were speaking to a cold prospect, besides the prospect having the 4 criteria elements, is there any other qualifying questions you would ask the business owner? Not really, Mac. Not really, man. That's it. Don says, if you're doing all this by yourself at the end of presentation, would you go right onto the onboarding call? Don, I like scheduling a separate call. Unless they're so hot, you know. I did this once for a guy, and he said, skip the trial, I just want to pay you right now. How much is it? Because he wanted to do it for a full month and just try it. And I said, okay, let's get your credit card right now. And I did the onboarding right then and there because he was hot. But that, you know, you could do that, I guess. Usually they're not ready, is what I found. Like, they're sort of like, I want to digest this. I want to do it, but I want to, you know, go home and think about like the offer. I need to go through and find out which offer worked good. I need to talk to my salesperson, make sure that like you know, they're like, shit, we're gonna get calls tomorrow whenever you turn this thing on, right? But you could, Don. I guess you could, yeah. Greg says, do you take ad spend prior to the onboarding call? When specifically do you ask for the ad spend? We do it on the actual onboarding call if we're doing a trial like this, Greg. So Betsy collects that while she's on the phone with them then. David says, so you normally take their credit card on the onboarding call or the initial sales call? On the onboarding call we do, David, if we're going to offer a trial like this at the end. Is there an example of an onboarding call? Not yet, Walt, but what I'm trying to do is get Betsy. We've been so busy, I haven't been able to pin her down to get her to record one. But right after this, I'm going to shoot like how the onboarding call should go. But if you want like a live one, I was trying to get Betsy to do a live one, which would be really useful for you guys. So if I can do that, I will, but I'll make one for the membership area for sure that is like this, where I just show you how it goes. Don says, we all need a Betsy. Indeed. I've heard that more than once, Don. If you try to steal her, you're dead to me. Roger says, it will take real salesmanship to get the first deal with results after that. will be more like order takers. Yeah. But you know what, Roger? That's why this tactic over here works so well. If you go to 3 ways to prospect and do the warm market organic Facebook referral, it's easy to get your first one. If you do the warm market email referral, it's easy to get your first one because there's a transfer of trust, right? Roger Weaver says FAT, FAT. I don't know. Is that an acronym? Yeah. Don, I was just kidding with you on that one, bud. But seriously, if you try to steal it, there's no turning back. Shane says, got a 9 a.m. appointment with the gym to start their trial next week. Go, Shane. On fire. Let's see. I'm trying to get through a lot of these. Roger says, as a realtor, I know exactly what I need to do. I'm finding I'm hesitant where I don't know what to do. So just have to get accepting that initial failures are going to be okay. Yeah, Roger Weaver, you do. And I was not good at this. The good thing is, guys, you can save these calls. If you mess up, like it just does, it's so easy to get them interested in it because Facebook ads are hot. I didn't even talk about that. But people already know that Facebook ads are good because they've heard about it, right? So it's not that hard. They usually just don't have the time to invest into it. So they're like, I would rather have you do it for me. Eric says, would you help more than one gym in a given area? Absolutely. I do it all the time. Usually it's like 5-mile radius is the rule of thumb I use. Wayne says, do you ever guarantee the business will get calls? No, I don't, Wayne. It's their job to call the lead. True story. Today's day and age, people expect the business to come to them, the business owner or the employee of the business to come to them. David Main says, so what should we be doing if we don't have results yet? David, did I answer that question already? I think I did. Right? Just leave the part out where you talk about the results and talk about industry averages, which I give to you right here, right? So right here, instead of putting case study, you could just say, you could delete this deck and skip over it completely. Or you can say, on average, in the gym industry, what we're seeing right now, and this is why you are a preeminent person, is because the differentiation, the proficiency is that you know these things, right? Your preeminence is stating that I'm a specialist in this, so I know that on average, people are getting about $5 a lead with Facebook ads in the gym and fitness industry, right? So if $5 a lead sounds good to you, and on average, you know, people are closing about 10% of the leads that come in. So if you could get a new member, what the math of that is, if you could get a new member for $50, does that make sense to you? Like a new paying member. Like someone's going to sign up for your gym right now. $50 is what you paid to have that person walk in, right? Does that make sense, guys? And they should be like, well, let me do the math real quick. And you need to help them through that if they're not. But say, okay, well, how much does a new gym member pay you in month one? And they go, well, there's an enrollment fee of $100, and then it's like $80 a month. So that's $180 a month one. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah. So would you pay $50 to get $180 back in month one? Answer should be yes. If they go, well, I don't know about margin and blah, 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 and go, well, now hang on. I'm talking about that's just month one, because what do they pay you in month 2 plus? And they go, well, $80 a month. You go, okay, great. So $80 a month in perpetuity. After that, on average, in 1 year, how much money does that add up to total? And they go, oh, about $1,000 or something like that, right? And you go, okay, so would you pay $50 to add $1,000 to your bottom line to your business this year? And how many more of those would you like this year, right? Because that's how people are having success with this. Successful gyms, and this is something that I use all the time too. You guys can write this down. Successful gyms do X, unsuccessful gyms do Y. Okay, that's establishing more preeminence, and it's establishing you as proficient and different. Successful gyms profitably acquire members each and every month. Why? Because when 1 or 2 members quit, you've got 10, 20 more coming in, right? Each and every month. Nice and steady, nice and even, right? That stuff adds up. You're fighting your attrition and adding some more on the top. Unsuccessful gyms just pray that people walk in every day. Does that make sense, guys? You see the difference there? So you just talk about it that way at this step instead. But if you don't have results, I would rush to would you like to see the campaign? Because that's the thing they care about the most. Because remember your promise. Your promise was, I'm going to show you what's working right now. Right? And then the next day you can just talk about, okay, $5 a lead, $500 ad spend in a month, you can expect about 100 leads and 10 new members. So let's do the math, Mr. Business Owner. With 10 new paying members coming in this month, how much does that mean to your business in month 1? And how much does that mean later? Does that make sense? Wayne says, do you raise your fee depending on how much their ad spend is? No, Wayne, the way that we do it is we charge by offer or funnel. So we do 1 offer per funnel. So if they want to do 3 funnels, we charge them 3 times our fee, so $3,000. And with Point Loma Sports Club, we do 3 or 4 for them a month, and I charge them $2,500. That's how we do it. So if they want to do 1 funnel a month and they want to change that offer and funnel after 3 months, we just keep charging them the same amount. We just swap the offer out. Because remember, after the ad starts running and it starts doing well, you're not doing much, honestly. So if it's running for 3 months, that means 2 months of a lot of kickback on your part. Kicking back, hanging out. Wayne asks, do you create explainer type videos for them? Absolutely not. They are responsible for creating the video. Anna says, I've only been able to attend this Webby this week. Where are the replays? Good question, Anna. They are right here under bonuses, module 8. 4-part live training replays. Right here is yesterday's, and up top is Tuesdays. Hey, I just got a call from my little sister that I missed. I love my sister. I just want to make sure I'm okay on time. Yeah, I don't have a call till 2:30. Okay, I can keep going, guys. Annis is awesome sauce. You are awesome sauce. Mike Holmes says, is your fee generally $1,000 or $1,500 plus ad spend? Mike, like if I did Point Loma Sports Club again, if I had to do it over, I would charge them $1,500 a month plus ad spend. Just because they're a bigger gym, and we've helped them grow, and they had the capacity to grow so much, and that was just me not being assertive enough at the beginning. But they also, here's the other things, they also kicked in some trade. So I bartered to get free personal training on top of that. So they were paying me $1,000 a month plus, I don't know, $400 a month in personal training services in exchange. So I was making $1,000 plus, getting an additional benefit from that. But yeah, $1,500, if you're helping someone in a metro area and they're making tons of money, that's not that hard to get. So Jamil says, this is great, Rob. Thank you, buddy. Happy it's helping. Jamil says, have you considered a tool like callmaker.net to help businesses to call prospects back? I've never heard of that one, man. Let's see. Callmaker.net. Mike says, got it. No problem, man. Garrick's asking, is $5 a lead on the high side a gym lead? I'm just using, yeah, that's pretty conservative. We'll go up as high as $10 a lead, Garrick, for most high-end gyms. So it's $5 a lead isn't high. I would say if we're getting $10 a lead for more than a month, I would say that's on the high end. But 5 is kind of in the middle. We've gotten like dollar and change leads, and that was like crazy. I mean, that's ridiculous. Leads, not clicks, leads. So it's kind of in the middle, but it's conservative. Like it's an easy metric to hit if you're doing it for gyms. Mark Imperial says, would you oppose to selling video creation as an upsell? No, I wouldn't. I just don't do it. I don't want to. But if you guys have a skill set to do that, go for it. If it's good video that helps in the context of this, go for it. And yeah, if you want to charge them $500 to do it and you're used to doing that, go for it. but I don't because I suck at video. So I know I can tell them what to do, but I don't. I mean, the YouTube Director app is as much technical proficiency as I have with video, so that's it. Anna Ashmore says successful gyms do marketing to get 5 to 10 new members every month. Unsuccessful gyms just pray people walk in every day, right? I think you're asking me how to phrase that properly. The proper phrasing is successful gyms profitably acquire new members each and every month. Unsuccessful gyms just pray people walk in every day, right? Because what we're selling is profitable member acquisition. So you pay $50, you get $1,000 out. Think about it that way. I use this this too. Use this, guys. Say something like an ATM analogy, right? So it's sort of like an ATM, right? It's sort of like an investment or an investment, right? An ATM is, you know, most people understand an ATM, but I would differentiate it more as an investment rather than an expense. So when you spend money on things, Mr. Business Owner, you're not expecting to get a return out of it, a direct return. What we're doing is more like an investment where you put $1 into the machine and it gives you $10 out. That's what we're doing. Profitable member acquisition. Successful gyms understand this. Successful gyms profitably acquire new members each and every month, putting $50 in and getting $1,000 out. That's the perfect phrasing right there, Anna. Unsuccessful gyms pray people walk in every day. They just keep the doors open and pray new customers are just going to walk in every day. That's what they do. And you say it like that, so there's no, it's black or white. There's no gray, right? So let's take a quick look at this. What other questions do you guys have? Because I got to get going here in a few minutes, but get them in right now. I'll try to run through them as fast as I can. So back to Jamil's thing. What does this do? I'll call you back in 25 seconds. You know what? I've never seen this, Jamil. I'd have to look into it. This would be great for the landing page. I'll have to look into it, man. This is a good little tool though. And Jamil, maybe private message me, man, on Facebook, Jamil, and let me know if you've ever used this. Because if you have, I'd love to chat with you a little bit about it. But I'm unfamiliar with it, so I'd hate to waste time on the webinar with everyone else. But this is worth looking into. We can cover it later. We can cover it in detail after you and I chat a little bit. Maybe tomorrow we can do that. Joel says, good stuff, Rob. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being on here. Mark says, any cool tools like text, SMS you could tie into the lead page for better redemption? So lead pages has what are called lead notifications, Mark. So they have those features built in. Let's see here. So this is why we like lead pages. Where is lead? Oh, here it is. So lead notifications go direct into the client's inbox. So we use that for the one-off email lead notifications. And then they also have like a Twilio integration thing, so you can send a text. I don't know where it is right now, to be honest. I don't set them up anymore, so I think Jess might know. But yeah, they have these SMS things, SMS features, right? So lead pages has basic versions of those. So, and what we really encourage our clients to do, guys, what you're going to find is each client has a different like CRM system that they use. So we tell them to manually take it from the lead sheet and put it into their CRM to do that part, right? Because we want the client to manually see the leads coming in. So you could use these tools, Mark, if you're super like, you know, ninja with them. But I like having the client's responsibility be like, my visual eyeballs are on these leads in the lead sheet, because then their team is bought into it and all that good shit, right? Don's asking how soon before the webinar. Don, I got the yesterday's uploaded same day. So assuming the technology does not give us any problems, I'll just upload it later today. Like 2 hours, 3 hours. That's how I got it up last time. Jamil says you can set up a dedicated Gmail email that is only for incoming leads. Yep. Yeah, so there's tons of like marketing automation stuff you guys can do to make this better. Okay, David has a good question. So for initial case study, do you ask them to cover ad spend or do you suggest we eat that? No, you never eat that. You tell them that they need to put in $200 for 7 days. Okay, so you would say, while they're saying this, you say, yeah, all you do is, we're going to do everything for you, right? We'll build the whole thing. You're going to have approval before, we're going to show it all to you before you run it from your Facebook page and all that. And on your onboarding call, Betsy's going to collect the $200 in ad spend. That will go 100% direct to Facebook, and we'll show you, we spend every dime of that. But you do not eat it, David. No. You're going to go broke if you do that. Garrick's got a good question. Do you provide or offer an email follow-up campaign for additional fee? We have before, Garrick, but we charge just like $100 and they have to pay for the MailChimp upgrade. And then we just do like a countdown sequence where it says like your offer is about to expire on day 2, day 3, and then on day 7 it's like it's gone today if you don't take it. But again, a lot of them have their own CRMs that do stuff like that. So we encourage them just to do that on their own because you don't want to get caught up being in charge of that for them if you don't have to. All right, that's my experience. That's my opinion. If you guys want to do that differently, it's your business. You can do that, but I prefer to just put that onus back on them. Mike Holmes says, would you trade dimes for dollars? Yep, that's a great phrasing. Zapping lead client info to lead info to a client's cell phone. I just ask them how they want to have it. Like if they want the alert, we can tell them how to set up the alert. We can do it if it's easy. But I wouldn't focus too much on that, guys. The lead sheet is usually enough for most of them. It's very simple, very easy to do. So it's not that big of a deal. They don't really ask about that a ton, to be honest. So Wayne's asking, couldn't you charge more like $1K per month in a top tier city like San Diego once you show results? Yeah, and I do that. I've got clients who pay me $2,500 a month for a location, like Portland Sports Club. So yes. Mac D is saying, have you had objections from the biz owner about the $200? And if so, how did you handle it? Well, Mac, remember, depending on how they came in, right? Look, we already told them about this. So see this right here? Mac, dude, you keep asking questions, and they're good questions, but you need to go through the course step by step. Okay, bud? So I'm going to be I'm going to put my coaching hat on and tell you that, and it sounds like maybe you're crunched for time. That's all right. But, dude, do not do this without going through the whole course. It's not that long because you're missing crucial steps, right? So remember, right here, we said all I need is for the gym owner to kick in $100 to $200 for ad spend. So we already came out with that. If that's an objection, they're not even going to respond to you at this point, right? Does that make sense? Remember in the organic Facebook post, what are we saying? Here it is. All I need is for the gym owner to pay about $200 for the ad spend. Guys, a business owner who can't afford $200 to test something fucking awesome is broke as hell, or broke mindset as hell. Like Grant Cardone says, broke ass bitches, right? Like, there's too many other business owners out there who are dying to have someone like you, right? Dying, and they can afford this. This is nothing. If you see a business owner doing direct mail, it's $5,000 to do a direct mail drop to like 10,000 homes. $5,000. So when you come in and you're like, I can get you new business for $200, they'll be like, what? I just did a direct mail drop, paid $5,000. I got like 2 leads from it. That's literally how it works, okay? So guys, change your mindset about that. You can't be thinking about, you can't have your head in the trough when you're positioning yourself like this. I'm lifting you up. I'm elevating you to the position you should be. So these kinds of things should be a non-issue for the business owner. If you make them an issue, they're going to make them an issue. If you're like, it's $200, so if if that's going to cause stress in your business, spending $200 to do something that's going to bring you more business, then definitely do not do this. It is not a good fit for you, Mr. Business Owner. I cannot recommend that you do this. Right? And that's the truth too, right? Yeah, and Joel has a good comment. He said, yes, if they're broke, they can't pay $200, then they're definitely not going to be able to afford your $1,000 to $1,500 fee. Exactly. Yep. Just expect it, and they'll pay it. Ed says, got to run. All right, Ed, take care. The replay will be up. See you tomorrow. Roger says, if MailChimp is free initially, that should suffice if they don't have their own. That's right. That's right, Roger. Shane says, great call. Yep. I'm going to get going here, guys. So last call and questions. Everybody's been super patient. This is a long one, but I'm hoping that this has been super helpful. Anna says, this has been so wonderful. Really cleaned up some stuff for me. Awesome, Anna. I'm so glad it helped. Jamil is saying, Rob, if you consider that 200 is too low to be taken seriously, it depends, Jamil. But again, I just gave you guys the one that you should be using at the beginning. If your sales and positioning is really strong, you can throw in 3 or 4 like case studies, which is where we're at now. At the end, I don't offer to do a free trial for 7 days. I say, do you want it for us to do this for your campaign? Great, it's $1,500. $1,000 of that goes to our fee, and $500 is for the ad spend. So I just close them, and I'm looking for a yes or a no, right? You got it, MacD. I appreciate you, man. Chet, awesome. Great feedback. Thank you. I appreciate you guys telling me that. Mike says, fan freaking tastic. Don says, this is great, thanks. I just need to get busy now. Yeah, Don, was this what you were looking for? Because I could sense from your messages that you were hungry for this one. Probably because you told me you were hungry for this one. Merry Christmas, Anna. Greg, I appreciate you too, man. Jamil says, thanks. You got it, buddy. Got my head right. Good. Good, Joel. Yeah, Joel. Guys, if you want mentorship with this kind of stuff, this is what I enjoy most. I do coach people on a one-on-one basis, on just a case-by-case basis. So I do coach it, and my mentors, I hire mentors to teach me this stuff. Like, I spend a healthy 5 figures per year keeping sharp on it and finding the best that I can afford. And you guys should too. And if I was the best that you could afford to learn this stuff, great. I have a motto. It's hire the best that you can afford at the time to help you with wherever you're at in your business, right? To grow. And for me, I'm at a level now where I'm hiring some pretty fucking awesome people. But I do help people. So if you guys are like thirsty for this stuff and you're like, I'm just at that crux where I just have to do this, like, reach out to me, send a support ticket in, or Facebook message me. It's expensive. I can help. Again, it's not cheap because I have to spend a lot of one-on-one time with you, but hire the best that you can afford at the time. And if you're getting what you need to satisfy that here in this course for $300 or $500, don't sweat it. But guys, this is how you get better, right? So yeah, you're welcome, Joel. Jamil's asking, do we get the deck? I mean, you could have it, man, but you should really make your own. I don't care if you have the deck, but don't use my deck. Make it your own deck. I mean, I just made this in Google Slides in like 10 minutes, but if it helps you, I can give it to you. No problem. Eric says, good stuff today, as usual. You're welcome. Don says, yep, this is the onboarding stuff. Okay. So, Don, I'll get the onboarding stuff up, the video in there today, so you have something there. Okay. Joel says, got my head right. Your mentor charge. Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Any other questions? Just message me. Anna, just to answer you real quick, you said, do you use GoToMeeting or Join.me? I like GoToMeeting or Join.me. Those are my 2 favorites for doing this. Tony, replay will be up. Yeah. So go back and get the rest, man. You've seen this last half. The replay will be up in a few hours, and I'll post it in the group, the message in the group that it's up when it's done, okay? All right, guys. Talk soon. If that's it, I will be heading out. And I appreciate your time. Another good session. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. Later, guys.